Hi everybody, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, once again we have some unfortunate tragic news coming from Alaska as 2 hikers have fallen and one unfortunately has succumbed to his injuries. We also have news from Royal Caribbean as Royal Caribbean is adding 100 staterooms to one ship, and it is, sailing early for their newest ship, angering a lot of people. But you can change it, but you only have a certain amount of time, and you may end up actually paying more. We also have a cruise ship out there, a river cruise ship, that if you are a solo cruiser and you said to yourself, I would love to cruise, but I can't pay, the prices of 2 people with no single supplement, well, guess what? You can sail on this ship because every cabin is a solo cabin. So quickly, I got a little bit of housekeeping here to talk about before I go. As many of you realize, this week I've been in Club Med here in Charlevoix, Quebec. And it was our travel only award ceremony. And if anyone's wondering, I won the top producer for Princess Cruise Lines. Funny story about this, I'll tell you in a minute. And I won the President's Club, which is top performer, top performers in the whole company overall. So I just wanted to thank everybody personally for all your support and your trust in planning your holiday vacations, and especially those who come on our group cruises. And I hope I don't disappoint too much. I know some people, come over and over again to the cruise, and I really do appreciate everybody's support. So once again, just thank you, everybody. Quick little sideline story about that. When they were announcing this year, for some reason, they did something a little different. They announced the top 3, third place, second place, and then the winner is this person. Well, I heard the name for the third person for Princess, and then I heard Angelina Jakova, which, in case you don't know, is my niece who works with me booking the groups and the cruises. She's my right-hand woman, if you will. And so not only did we win first place, we won first and second place in the company selling Princess Cruises. So, and it was funny, I heard people over at a table that I'm sitting near, and they said, next we want to announce who the winner is for Princess Cruise Lines. And the whole table over there just just said, Dawn. Like this. It was pretty cute and sweet because everybody has their niche, right? We have certain people who all sell celebrity. We have certain people who sell wedding, and adventure trips and stuff like that. So I guess my specialty is Princess Cruises, apparently. Thank you again to everybody out there. Now, some tragic news, unfortunately. I hate to that's a bad segue, but 2 hikers were hiking up in Juneau. Now, as you know, there's been a big storm up in those areas, so the trails can be pretty slick and pretty wet right now. And unfortunately, 2 travelers slipped and fell down a side of the hill, more of a mountainside than anything. There are plenty of hills there in Juneau to do lots of hiking around. And these are not older people, you think, oh, they're a little older and maybe a little frailer. And, these were young people. One was only 36 years old, and they both fell at the same time. So it must have been a pretty slippery area, or one tried to help the other. One fell, but didn't fall as far as the second person. And the second person, tragically, was pronounced dead on arrival by the EMTs that showed up. So again, it's a beautiful area to hike and everything, but you really have to be careful when you're coming up to edges and close to edges. There are hiking trails. They don't necessarily have to walk to an edge. There are hiking trails up there that bring you right to an edge like this. So if it's sloped or slippery or rainy or anything like that, it's very easy to slip and fall. So if you're doing these severe hiking trails, these are the higher ones, the steeper ones. Please be careful out there. It's the second tragedy of a hiker this season, and both within like the last month. Next, let's talk about Royal Caribbean. Royal Caribbean on the Harmony of the Seas is adding 100 new cabins when it goes into dry dock. That's right, 100 new cabins. They're already the largest cruise ship, second largest cruise ships now that the Icon class is out. But I mean, they're already holding 6,000 passengers. Now they're going to put another 100 cabins on there. Where they're placing them, they're taking away places like the conference center on deck 3. It'll now be inside cabins. They're taking away the Wonderland restaurant, and we'll be making both inside and inside balcony cabins there, because they can open it up to the floors below. And they're moving some more around into some other, like a Vitality area where they used to serve healthy drinks, and that is also going away. They will be adding some new things like the new Pesky Parrot Bar on Utopia of the Seas, that people are very popular and very good word of mouth about that bar. But they are adding 100 new cabins, getting up to 250 more people on those ships, and taking away some space on board like the Wonderland restaurant, etc. I don't know what you guys think, but that's going to seem like a little more crowded now next time I'm on the Harmony. Next, we also talk about the Legend of the Seas, and the Legend of the Seas was supposed to come out and do her inaugural sailing, and they've added 3 new 7-day sailings. They are now sailing in 2026 on... Hi everybody, Editing Dawn here. So that's July 11th, July 18th, and July 25th. So 3 sailings. Now, if you were booked on the original inaugural sailing, you can price protect everything and move it over to the cabin that you were in. But here's the catch. You only have until the 25th of this month to do it. In other words, you got 6 days left to move your cabin and get your price and your cabin protected. Otherwise, if you decide you want one of the later sailings, one of the other 2 sailings, you can move it over, but you're going to be paying the prevailing rate. And if the rate has gone up, you're going to pay that difference. So if you're going to move, you might as well try and move to the inaugural one where your price is protected. And the rest of us can already book, get ready to book into those other 2 cruises, and then after the 25th, we can book into the original one if people haven't moved their cabins yet. So I guess it's good news if you want to get on and you're hoping for more sailings that you can book into. And I guess it's bad news if you're on that inaugural sailing and now you can't go that early in July. Yeah, it's just... They keep doing this. They keep doing this for every ship lately. That they've announced. The Icon launched that way. The Seas launched that way. The Utopia launched that way. It almost makes it unworthwhile to book an inaugural sailing until a year before, because it just seems like they're going to change it anyway. And finally, let's talk about Riviera Cruises. Riviera Cruises will be offering solo-only cruise on one ship. That they do once in a while offer a solo cruise where everybody is a solo cruiser, but this one will be a dedicated solo cruise. It's going to be sailing on the Danube, it's going to sail on the Rhine, and it's all starting in 2027. So it's on the MS Elliott, and it is a nice looking ship. It doesn't look like there's anything wrong with the ship at all, and the fact that you can book it at a price of around $5,000 some US dollars per person is very cheap, considering if you're paying for 2 people, you're into $10,000. Even if you get a single supplement, you're into $75,000, $8,000 for these cruises. And so if you wanted to try a river cruise and you're a solo cruiser, you might want to take a look at the MS Elliott with Riviera Cruises. Now, why are they doing this? They say, well, you know what? As our population is getting older, we have more people who tragically are now sailing alone through circumstances or divorce or etc. And so there are more and more solo cruisers out there, and they want to open the market more up to solo river cruisers that they don't have to pay quite as much. So yeah, there's a solo cruise. What do you guys think about, again, Royal Caribbean adding more sailings before the inaugural sailing? Does it bug you, or does it, if you're that loyal to Royal person and you keep trying to get a inaugural sailing and they keep changing it on you, isn't that a little frustrating? Well, I hope you appreciate this update. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. We'll see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world. Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation. And again, thank you, everybody. I'm going to have to find more places. I'm running out of room.